Okay, hello everyone, this is Zach here. So for those who are joining me right now, please let me know, okay, is my sounds coming okay? Is my screen, everything is okay, right, before we start. So today, we're just going to focus on NS threads. Okay, so hello everyone. Once again, just want to check the line here. Alright, hopefully everything is fine right now. Okay, so just let me know, okay, is my sounds coming okay? Is my screen is okay? Right, hopefully it's fine now. Okay, so today we go directly into NS thread setups. Okay, again, today we want to look for a new group of stocks. Okay, I can say by using or NS alone. Okay, to look for a new trade ideas. Okay, based on NS. So for some of the NS, actually, I think still worth to monitor, even though they go up certain percentage. Okay, some probably want to wait for pullback, and some actually haven't really moved yet. Okay, I think this is one of the few counters that you can actually monitor further. Okay, like for example, I think let's go to Opcoin. Anyway, KSM also having NS. Okay, because I just go through the NS screener earlier on. Okay, so KSM, for those who love stock above 10, 12 ringgits. Yep, this is the one that for me NS currently. So weekly chart wise, okay, so seems like they are making a good accumulation over here, a shakeout, breaking above a nice pullback. Okay, the previous resistance turned to support. Alright, so hopefully you got a chance to retest on the 20 ringgit area. Okay, so this is just a quick analysis based on KSM. Alright, so okay, now let's go to Opcon first. Again, we're going to go through a few of the stocks that we do talk about. Okay, recently, of course, some of them come with NS. Opcon is one of them. Okay, almost 25% of movements from NS. Okay, over here. So again, few things we want to monitor using the trend line. Remember, we talked about the trend line the other day using Opcon. So it breaks the trend line, the nearest resistance area. Okay, high volumes, and seems like it able to make a nice follow through. Okay, so today I think our objective is that we want to look for new groups of NS. Okay, they're kind of similar with Opcon. I think some of them actually kind of similar to Opcon right now. They make some good background, like for example in this case Opcoin is a reversal. Alright, so it make a certain periods of pretty good support. If you notice here, it actually sideways for weeks to months. Okay, again sometimes it will take months, okay, before it makes a nice follow through. Okay, in the example like Opcon. So towards the resistance, okay, the main resistance over here, first one and second one, I think still got some rooms to go. Of course, if you want to lower down your risk, if you are looking for entry, I think best if you look for a nice pullbacks or a sales in hourly chart, right? So kind of similar that, like the other day, I think not sure whether members KKW are you here or not. So I think the other day Mr. Wong asked about Amico, right? If I'm mistaken, Amico, it break up nicely, make a nice follow through as well. So this is the area that I actually want to look for a pullbacks. Okay, so sometimes let's say no pullbacks, your risk actually is kind of high. Okay, for example, like here, I think kind of easily you will spot a nice COC. Okay, so hopefully for those who miss up Opcon, okay, if let's say you got a COC in hourly chart, I think is good to look for the entry. Okay, so M crops, okay, yesterday it breaks up from NS 40%, and after it goes back up, so goes back down again. So from a big UT, another big UT, I think this kind of counters is kind of frequent because the resistance is very strong. Okay, looking back into the weekly chart again, we use the weekly chart as the old direction. Okay, so this is the area of sellers, right? So previous area around this area, so this is representing sellers. So well, I think it going back to sideways again, right? But overall, also if you notice, this cell actually kind of similar Opcon. I mean, if let's say I compare to weekly chart here, okay, it make a reversal. Okay, NS, of course, here we got a shakeout. In the daily chart too, we do see the shakeout. Okay, spring and followed by an uptrend. Okay, so probably it will come back down again, sideways before it retests, right? But overall, I think the reversal is making a nice one. Okay, so if you want to lowering down your risk, okay, if you're looking for a chance for entry again, right, this NS area, okay, so we can use the similar areas to look for the entry areas. Okay, so this is the bottom of the support, okay, right exactly kind of near with the 20 MAs too, right? So maybe this area also you can look for a potential sound strength. All right, so let's go to the next one, KGB. So we're just gonna review back some of these few counters. Okay, and the reason why I'm going back to all this kind of similar counters because you want to look for the similarity. Okay, so make sure I check here first. Okay, because I want to look for a similarity. Okay, then later on, if let's say we spot a new NS, okay, we can actually apply it. Okay, hello Tony, hello Waylance. All right, so here again, green pentagons, NS, make a big follow through. Okay, so here for KGB, I think we do talk about KGB. Okay, especially in the revision for the masterclass VCP, right? So again, it's similar with Ecover. If not mistaken, SB30 CIMB. Okay, so they make a successful first pullback with test, okay, with NS, and then they make a nice follow through. Okay, so there's KGB, and how about SB30 as well? Okay, so SB30 seems like also resting, okay, at the current supports right here. Right, notice they're kind of similar with KGB, but of course the background here doesn't come with VCP. So this is just a trendless reaccumulation. Okay, we've got NS over here, pocket pivots. Okay, for those that who attend the masterclass, pocket pivots, follow through, low volume. Okay, kind of close with the 20 right now. Okay, kind of close with 20 right now. So hopefully this is a good and successful test. Okay, for SB30. Okay. T Ocean, okay, I think T Ocean still the background everything actually is still good, but expect some sideways movement before the breaks up. Okay, again remember kind of similar like Tasco, like some of the still counter currently, right? So I think lots of members asking me about this. So remember when the stock break up for big breakout like this, for example like T Ocean, it goes up for how many percent? This is 700 to 800%, right? So reaccumulation tends to be longer. Okay, so it really sometimes it needs months to years. Okay, if you look into like some of the counters, like for example, the one I'm getting more interested is SKP resources. Is it SKP resources? Yeah, SKP resources. Okay, I think it turns to green paragons. Okay, I think it turns to green paragons recently. So it needs a period of reaccumulation. Okay, I think T Ocean, if you're going back to some of the revision classes that we do talk about the other day, right? How it formed reaccumulation. Remember, it crossed 2040s. Now it needs to come with some good volume. Remember, okay. Hopefully, members just still remember on these few things over here, right? Which is very important because this is how you actually want to determine, okay, is this reaccumulation strong or not? Okay, so I think T Ocean overall still pretty okay, but you need patience. Okay, like Tasco, it's going to be up and down, but overall, if you realize, if I draw this line over here, this is the first high volume bars coming back here, and here's another one, a big one, and here also got lots of good support, right? Holding well nicely, kind of close to 2040s overall, and here got some small increasing volumes coming back too. Okay, but of course, because of this range here is pretty big. Okay, if let's say from support to resistance, almost 70% of the range here. So from NS to here also kind of pretty good. Okay, 10%. So continue to monitor supports. Volume on this down bar is very low. Also kind of remember like Chongnam Logistic to be frank. So you're going to be continuous sideways up and down accumulation for months. Okay, before they make some follow through and breakout. All right. So okay, hello, Wenying. Okay. Yup, KGB, it was a long wait, correct. Okay, so of course uptrend reaccumulation sometimes need to wait. Okay, hopefully counters like the up and coming one BS tag, I'm waiting as well. ATMMS, if not mistaken, ATMMS. Okay, I'm still holding. SKP resources. Okay, VS. Okay, VS. Okay, I think all this actually is still doing a long period of reaccumulation. So okay, hello Rosaline, hello Chip. So okay, now let's go to the next one. This is also haven't really break yet. Of course, in the Telegram I didn't really post all the NS counter because if I want to post it, it would be a long list. So few counters, if let's say your members hopefully are still following, like for example CY Park, Side Park, E-Force, okay, if not mistaken, E-Force it back to NS area, right? Fitter, okay, it crossed back to NS area. So this is how sometimes you can use NS as a shakeout. Remember we talked about that. There's one more I forgot. Media, if not mistaken. Okay, media, NS is it got an NS, it break out. Okay, then it pull back with spring, if not mistaken. But the spring haven't confirmed yet. Right, so these are a few things actually you can continue to pay attention more into. Okay, now in this case, like fridge management, right, I think they are still kind of valid even though it haven't really start to move, okay, from the NS. So here's the big LC. Again, if you want to check a better support resistance, you can always look for the highest volume, okay, or the widespread LC bar, right? So in this case here, this is the widespread high volume, and the next day it comes with uptrust high volumes, right? So two things will happen, a shakeout or distribution. In this case, it make a successful shakeout, okay, which is the things that we have to pay attention more into. So NS, okay, testing ball, okay, on this big LC there, right? So hopefully at least you got chance, okay, to hit the resistance, right? So like I say, shakeout, I cannot promise every time I do a shakeout it will make a big break like LU, I cannot promise, but most of the time, it got a chance to retest certain resistance, okay, like for example MCROC, okay, is one of the example. So I think CJ Century, okay, doing a shakeout, if I can recall correctly right now, CJ Cent. Mbsb, remember we talked about Mbsb, okay, if not mistaken, I posted to the members groups there. You do a shakeout and hit resistance but turns to UT now. Centaura haven't moved yet, if not mistaken. Okay, Centaura got NS also, right, if not mistaken, right? So okay, now this is the one that haven't really moved yet, okay, from NS. Is still kind of holding well around there. Now they're still, okay, currently making some small losses, okay, but I think this one still can pay some attention a bit lah. So Hevia, okay, the trend line also start to point us already. Okay, remember in this live YouTube here, okay, we are just doing a quick review, okay, on what is the upcoming NS trade that we can monitor. Doesn't mean that you have to follow and enter, okay. So definitely no buy call over here. So if you want to enter some counters based on the stock we discussed, okay, make sure you do your own due diligence, okay, do your own study, okay, do your own trading plan, okay, before I enter, okay. So for me, always good, okay. For me personally, I will look for trade setup with green pentagon, preferable green pentagon, if not pullbacks, okay, above 2040s, NS. Okay, so especially for new trader or new members, you can follow these few routes, okay, if you want to look for some trade idea based on VSA, right? So okay, Hevia, green pentagon, but like I say, hopefully you'll go watch the video that I prepared, right? Overall, for most of the furniture counter, even though they are making reversal, but the volume is not so great enough, okay. So if can try to enter, it's kind of near with the support level, okay, you aim for a white ball first, because I always like to look for high volumes, okay, high volume on reversal, so I feel more comfortable on that, okay. Now this is a counter that I don't know why I missed, okay, probably I'm too busy with my other counters already, like Ocon, all this. I kind of miss I don't know why. Okay, hello everyone, sorry about the connection issue again. Okay, hopefully my connection now is fine right now. Okay, hello Ame. Okay, happy Malaysia Day. So again, I missed this open sits, but hopefully I just pop my alerts here. Hopefully it will make a nice pullbacks again, right? to give us a very good chance. Okay, RL. Okay, I didn't post this to members groups yet, but so far so good. Okay, RL can monitor. SL also, okay, volume is increasing. Here got one high volumes, here increasing volume, but this is a better one. Okay, this is a better one. So I just pop my alerts, so see whether got any good chance or not, right? So okay, now let's go back to some NS counters. Okay, just want to go through some of the counters that I can remember right now. So minus is slightly a bit disappointing, to be frank. Okay, I thought it going to hold well on this NS area, but it break. Okay, so far it actually break below the 40 MAs already. If you are following this trade here, to be frank, I already exit. Okay, I think I lost around like 5% from these trades. But if you look into weekly chart, actually I'm still monitoring, because weekly chart wise, it's not that bad overall. Okay, it's still doing a reaccumulation here. Okay, looks like a kind of similar like OWGBCP. Okay, so I'm looking for a chance to re-entry, to be frank, but just that I don't want to stuck my money into minus yet, because usually after it failed to hold on 2040s, okay, it will kind of like Tasco, okay, it will like make it another weeks to months of sideway, okay, somewhere around here. Okay, but make sure the upcoming weeks the volume must be low enough, okay, similar like here, okay, to ensure they still continue supports, okay, the good support areas, okay, in the weekly charts. Okay, so minus, okay, so it break the NS, okay, unfortunately. I think I entered 950 the other day. Okay, I cut somewhere around here, if not mistaken. Okay, so just around like 5% kind of losses for minus. Okay, if you are following my minus trades, if you are looking for short terms, okay, maybe you just want to exit from this trade first. Okay, if you are looking for something that's, if you don't mind to hold, okay, during this reaccumulation, I think so far still okay, because I don't see any major weakness, okay, from the resistance to the current bar. Okay, now few counters that I think haven't really break up from NS yet. Okay, so one is Mbsb. Okay, again, this is similar with Opcon, but of course kind of disappointing because it turns to be another UT again on Friday. Alright, so let's see if you haven't entered yet. Okay, if let's say it coming back to this area, this is all T areas, I think can continue to pay a little bit attention. So this is a bit similar Opcon here, make a reversal high volume. Now this is the problems. If you realize this is a high volumes area, that it's continue to hit this area and it come back to supports. Okay, overall still in uptrend, to be frank, here, right? So probably will form something like VCP before it try the resistance, right? But currently it testing at the nearest resistance, so I think the risk to is not that great. Okay, probably it will try slightly lower. Okay, yes, KS Harbor also pretty nice. Okay, Harbor also pretty nice. But before I go to Harbor, there's one few more that I can remember right now. So Milux. So all these NS, okay, all these NS actually are happens, okay, 1 or 2 months ago. So like I say, members, if you are hardworking enough, at least, okay, go back to 5 or 10 years ago, okay, 5 to 10 years ago, to look for the setups and ideas. If you are really hardworking enough, okay, go back to 1 month ago, right? So you can look for something like Milux, sorry, not Milux, Mbsb, or maybe like Ocon, those kind of stuff, right? Milux dropped a little bit, okay, it actually crossed below this NS over here. Let me draw this properly. Okay, slightly a bit disappointing because it closed below the first NS. Now it seems like heading to the next NS here. Okay, but the reason why I still monitoring Milux, okay, few things, because it dropped with extremely low volumes. Okay, it dropped with extremely low volume. So let's pull up this weekly. Okay, I think weekly still fine, no much of information, over still low volumes. So what I do, okay, again what I do, so usually what I do is that I pop my alerts, okay, at the top of my red pentagons, right? I put my alerts at the top of my red pentagon. Now the reason is very simple, okay, the reason is very simple. Okay, this is red pentagons, right? So if I pop my alerts on top of a red pentagon, what it means? It means that likely this counter will have a shakeout. Okay, so whenever they cross, of course I monitor volume as well. Okay, remember we talked about shakeout too, right? It retests, NS goes up. Okay, so hopefully I'll see something here again for Milux, right? Because I think it dropped with low volumes. Okay, dropped with low volume, usually got a chance to do a shakeout. NS 1 month ago also valid, yes. I think as long as the NS is still, the prices, okay, it's still trading above the NS, it's still valid. okay, is still valid. Okay, like for example, Opcon, right? I think more than a month before it breaks up, right? Mbsb is still holding well after 1 or 2 months, right? So still valid actually. Okay, Harbor. Okay, thank you for KS for bringing up Harbor. Okay, so we got NS over here. Okay, gaps. NS is holding well. Okay, so hopefully something interesting from here. Okay, we got some neural spread bar. Currently still holding on trend 40s, alright. Hopefully we will see a good movement towards the resistance. Okay, so let's see any other NS that I can remember right now. Okay, two more. Sorry, two more. Right, I would like to share. One is NCT. Okay, NCT got a double NS in the background. Okay, but this one also come with combination of shakeout trades. Yes, correct, Alvin. Okay, NCT also got NS. So this is come with combination of shakeout trades. Okay, so this is like a pure support, it break below, cross. Sorry, haven't crossed it. They are trying to cross. Okay, so we got one NS here. So this is the NS at the time. I haven't really that convinced yet because I'm afraid they got an inverse pullback. But this volume is pretty good. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, this volume at least is more convincing volume. Okay, because it's coming higher volumes. Okay, now the next thing is that this is the top resistance. Okay, so a few things that you can do if let's say you want to have a better confirmation, momentums. Okay, you wait for them to break, like for example some champ in hourly chart, opcons, okay, in daily chart they break above. Okay, if not, if you want to have low risk, I think it's okay, right? But if let's say cross below trend 40s or the NS area, you maybe want to exit first. Okay, for NCT, right? NCT, what's the other one that I forgot? Oh yeah, Meridian. Okay, again, I'm not asking you to buy or sell these few counters. Okay, just personally, these are a few counters that I think I will monitor. Okay, now do remember Meridian, okay, is previously is I think the background is super weak. Okay, I mean a big distribution in the background. Okay, so usually after a big distribution in the background, the accumulations tends to be longer. Okay, accumulation tends to be longer. So what I do is that I just aim for quick trades, okay, between the range, okay, in this accumulation. Because in this accumulation, if you realize, first of all, we got high volumes. So again, what it means by high volume, change in trend. Okay, so here from downtrend, change to accumulation. Okay, we got NS, recently we got NS. Okay, so let's put into this to weekly. Okay, so weekly chart, a few things you want to monitor. First is the 40 MA. Okay, of course, this side of high volume also can take note as well. So if this rebound, here got NS as well. So if let's say if this rebound, got UT somewhere around here, be careful. Okay, maybe this is the area that you want to TP. Okay, if you want to. Okay, but at the moment, I think based on weekly chart, purely on weekly chart here, I think they will do a technical rebound or inverse pullback. Okay, because of the high volume on this day. Okay, followed by NS. Okay, it crossed the midpoint. Okay, maybe it will make a inverse pullback before it go back to accumulation again. Right, so continue to watch your daily chart. Okay, so hopefully I haven't entered for Meridian because I've been watching, I think, since here, if not mistaken. Okay, because this is below 20 cents counter, like I said, since I think 2 months ago until now, I haven't really touched counter below 20 cents yet. Okay, so still watching Meridian, but I think the setup slightly getting better already. Okay, we got Sarah SP and NS somewhere around here. NS below 2040 is not good enough. I can say so, Rosalind. I usually prefer to do a combination. 2040 is always very important for me, unless the counter is in a long period accumulation. Okay, so if let's say reversal pullbacks, I prefer above 2040s. Okay, of course, like I say, green pentagon, if you are good to have. Okay, if not, if you know about pullbacks, use the pullback, right? So maybe let me share with you one example. This is also one of the member that asked me just now, okay, just think of this counter. This is my previous counter that I kind of liked, okay, but of course too boring already during this accumulation, okay, but I think the accumulation is still pretty valid, okay, just that you need some you really need some patience. You need some patience to look into it. So for example, after a period of downtrend, okay, this is again a super downtrend counters. Here got some high volume. Hopefully this is a real change of trend. So sometimes these kind of things can take years. Okay, in this case, I think Benelec have been from here to here. Yeah, more than a year already easily. Okay, I think 1.5 years at least. Okay, so currently still holding on this LC. Okay, building a nice accumulation. So in this case, sometimes the NS or the signal might, happens below 2040s. Okay, so this is one of the example. Kind of similar like KSSC previously, but again prefer above 2040s. That's the best one. Okay, yeah, this is a few counters that I can remember so far. This is the NS screener. Okay, so of course Taffy is a bit trending. Okay, if you like momentum kind of counters, okay, you can check out Taffy. Okay, but it's kind of trending already, so be careful on this, right? But if you like momentum, I think should be quite okay, right? Like I say, this kind of trending counters, I always like to check hourly chart, COC pullback, right? I think some chart, if I'm not mistaken, got an NS2 in the hourly chart. Is this some chart? Okay, maybe not this. Okay, other counters I forgot already. There's one hourly chart got a pretty good NS. Okay, if not, we go back to 1 day because this 15 seems like not much. Oops. Oh yeah, I think some of the steel and aluminum counter also start to do a pullbacks, right? Okay, let's go to NS. Okay, we go back to 1 day. I take some questions, then we'll close for today's section. Okay, because today is public holiday, so I don't want to take a lot of your time. Okay, just want to do a quick updates based on NS setups. Okay, or maybe some of the Pentagon is doing pretty well too. Okay, so before I forgot, SKP resources. Okay, volume is pretty good. So again, a long period of reaccumulation after a strong uptrend. Okay, so this is a reaccumulation, a shakeout previously. Right, volume is increasing. Okay, weekly charts also turns to green Pentagon. Okay, hopefully got some nice movements moving forwards. 9 legs. Okay, 9 legs. Pocket pivots. Okay, reaccumulation. Right, weekly chart. We also got NS here, hitting the main resistance. Hitting the main resistance. Okay, hopefully this pocket pivot can make a follow through. Right. Okay, so some of the stock also. You can check also using the weekly chart. I think for those who are looking for slightly long term one, weekly chart NS definitely will helps. Okay, so before I forgot, okay, UCREST. Okay, UCREST. Okay, again a long period of accumulations, right? So let's look into weekly. Okay, NS is over here. Now again, if you are using weekly, expect the price to move for months. Okay, especially you got this big UT, right? But overall, if you realize they are actually holding very well. Okay, if you are those that you don't mind to hold long period for a period of time. Okay, NS in weekly chart works very well too. Now Muda is slightly a bit disappointing. Okay, but I don't think it's game over yet. Okay, I don't think it's game over yet because I thought on the daily chart here this widespread buy gonna hold, but in the end doesn't really hold. Okay, but if I check back my weekly. Okay, actually the volume is still low. Of course, tomorrow is still got 1 day trading days. Okay, the volume actually is very low for this week. Okay, consider low for this week. So probably I will still monitor for a few more weeks. Okay, before I decide whether I still want to hold or maybe I want to look for others. Okay, because but anyway, this Muda I think needs some period of time as well. Okay, so we got NS over here. SP and I means obvious COC also in the background, okay, for Moda. Right, okay, nothing much over here. Let's go to 13. Again, members, go back to past 5 days, 10 days, if you're hardworking enough, a month, okay? So definitely look for something, okay? Okay, got more time today, okay, sure. SCGM, I'll tell you into SCGM. Zach, back to Ucrest, weekly accumulation NS in daily. Can we try for a range white ball trade? Of course you can, okay, of course you can. So, example like meridians, right? You know, they're going into accumulation, but if provided the accumulation must come with a nice range for you to trade. Okay, if let's say sometimes it's too narrow, I think it's a bit difficult. Like for example, if you ask me about Benelec, okay, I think Benelec is worth to try. Of course, recently the volume is a bit illiquid. Previously, I tried somewhere around here, okay, but after this duty or the cross below 240, I didn't really follow. Right, so this is a nice area for you to trade. So this is like a big LC accumulation, right, with a range of how many percent? This is 29%. Okay, 29%. So it's offer a very good range for you to trade. So AYS also offering a very good range previously, but of course I didn't follow AYS because, to be frank, I always don't have luck with some of the commodities related counters. Okay, so that's why I don't really follow. So AYS, okay, but KSSC is a good one, okay, because I follow KSSC. So for example here, this is a nice range for you to trade, 46%, okay, in this accumulation. Now the other one that I trade one time only, but recently I didn't really follow, but probably we can look back into this counter, which is Paxon. Right, so notice here, this big LC is actually still holding well within this range, and most of the prices, again, it going back to 2040s already. Okay, so not sure whether it will hit resistance again, pull back before make a breakout like AYS. Okay, so again, a good counters that in accumulation and offering a nice range for you to trade. Okay, so going back to this weekly, okay, a long period of downtrend, high volume, change of trend. Okay, so losering, if you are looking for this kind of white ball, make sure this range is good for you to trade. So at least 30% from above the range. Recently I'm to white ball only. Okay, yeah, you can do so. Okay, so remember, yeah, I think the range 30% is good enough. So sometimes for me, if let's say the range got above 20%, okay, I think it's good as well. Okay, so what I do, like for example meridians, right? I mean, just one example, currently Meridian is the one that I can recall. Okay, so what I do is that sometimes, like I said, I will try my luck because if not mistaken, my account, they give me some extra cash, if not mistaken. Okay, for me to queue some of the stock. Okay, so of course sometimes if let's say I queue too much, I match my counters too much already, I need to top up. Okay, so what I do is that I will queue certain price. Okay, like for example, I got 3 counters I want to enter, but I only want to enter as supports, right? So what I do is that I queue early in the morning. Okay, so I queue already 3 counters. So let's say which one it match. So let's say it match already, I cancel the other 2s. Okay, so like for example Meridian, if let's say I match at 160, okay, then I should set my TP 190. Okay, so this is somehow how I do it. If let's say I'm too busy, I identify 3 or 2 counters that I like. Okay, I just queue. Okay, I match ready, I straight away park my TP. Okay, that's it. So okay, let's look into kind. Okay, long term. Wow, recently break up with high volumes. Okay, now if you ask me, this is for N. All right, N. A bit too far already from support. Actually, this is pretty good because weekly chart got 2 NS. Okay, but too bad it break up quite far already from 2040s. Okay, if you are looking for entry, not sure you're looking for entry or exit. If you're looking for entry, I think a pullback will help. Okay, because here got top, here got 1 UT. So likely they will make a pullbacks. Okay, near to 20 MA you can try. Okay, but stocks that break above reaccumulation is always good, representing there is a likelihood for them to continue on the trend. But of course, pullback will happen in between, right? For example, G-Shan, I think G-Shan still moving up, am I right? Okay, this week dropped a little bit. Okay, so probably needs to do a little bit of pullback before they goes back up a little bit again. Okay, let's look into Mbsb. So okay, I take a look into Mbsb and MMSB, okay, before we close. Okay, Mbsb, another UT high volume, so probably need a little bit of time. Okay, so if let's say Kok Fong, I'm not so sure, are you looking for entry or exit, right? So the resistance area, okay, you can try to TP some. Okay, entry, try to monitor on the 40 MA. Okay, near to the 40 MA. Now this I think also kind of offering a good range also. 12%. Okay, so this is 12%. A quick white ball, right? If let's say it back to the NS again. So Solar West as well, if not mistaken. Even though Solar West doesn't have the NS, okay, but this one already crossed below the 40 MAs already, but it's still holding well on this spring and gap. Okay, so here is the support level. Okay, if not, you can wait for another green pentagons. Okay, for Solar West. Okay, last one before we close, MMSB. I think MMSB also it form a UT near to the resistance. Okay, let's look into weekly chart first. Weekly chart, okay, we got high volumes, pullbacks with low volume, volume increasing, so it's a good sign. Okay, it's a good sign, even though yes, the short-term trend here is it seems like pointing down. Okay, because they make a big pullbacks from here, right? For if you want to look for trending, okay, based on weekly charts, either you wait for green pentagon or they cross here. Okay, just like Opcon, okay, they cross the line and challenge the resistance, right? So the daily chart, okay, it completed the shakeout. Okay, let's look into weekly charts, somewhere around here. Okay, so here sideways goes up, make a quick shakeout, this area. Alright, so Friday closing, sorry, not Friday. Today is Thursday, Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday closing with a UT. Volume is a bit high as well, so I think it will probably retry back on support areas before it goes up again. So this is the area that you want to look for sound strength. Okay, again, not sure are you looking for entry or exit. Okay, for those looking for entry, look for the low volume in this area. Okay, for more clues and information. Right, so some of the counters also recently doing low volumes. Okay, I think you can pay attention. Okay, I forgot about the list. Actually, I got the list. Okay, I think exterior. Is it exterior? Okay, now this is turning to low volumes. Okay, hopefully we see more volume coming back. I cannot recall because actually I prepared one list of stocks with low volumes. Okay, of course background must be good as well. Okay, this one also volume a bit low recently. What else? I forgot. MSM. Okay, MSM volumes getting lower. Okay, you can realize here is low volumes. Okay, NS with pullbacks. The rest I cannot recall. Okay, but don't worry. If let's say later on, okay, maybe I will share some of the counters out. Okay, to the member Telegram channel, right? So okay, with this, thank you for joining me today. Okay, once again, happy Malaysia Day. So I will see you in the next session. Okay, thank you and have a nice day. Okay, before we go to air rank. Okay, because I haven't really go into steel and aluminum today. Okay, last one. Okay, air rank. Okay, so steel and aluminum. Okay, mostly it's aluminum. So okay, I think they will make some pullback first, okay, before it changed the next resistance. So again, background wise, they already go up for some times already. It's time for them to make a long period of sideways. Alright, so at the moment, I think AirRank, among all, I think AirRank is the strongest one because it's still holding very well, okay, on the previous support. Okay, on the previous support. So yes, we got few NS also in the background. Okay, so currently still holding this area. Alright. So okay, hopefully I can answer your questions, Wen Ying. So okay, with this, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.